So let's take a trip down the Mercedes Mone street,
God.
shall we?
All right.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh
It
no,
looks as though
that's
to
the
me,
best reaction. That's gonna be the best for this clip. Oh no, we sound like the
it
reverse
looks
of the
it's
King of the Hill gang. Oh no,
it's
nope,
looking
nope.
like they're setting up Mercedes versus the former Amber Moon, whatever her name is now. I forget.
Ember Moon. Formerly, she's now what is it? Athena.
What's her name?
Athena.
Athena. Yeah. So they're gonna set that up for Texas, I gotta think, because she's from Texas. So that's gonna happen because Mercedes just beat Billy Starks, and somehow Billy Starks and Athena are connected. So we're gonna go that way, I'm assuming, and then she's gonna win that belt. I'm assuming because she doesn't lose and she has not elevated anybody.
I would like to think that
end?
she's like that. Mercedes has at least. I mean, she pays attention to the online discourse. I feel like that might be the time where she has her first loss and loses one of her 80 belts to Athena and puts her over, and then literally she'll pull like a Jericho and in the press conference talking about how great she was for putting Athena over and making a star, and it'll be another shot at WWE because she'll say, I made the star that WWE couldn't, and she'll put it over like Athena's some young new star, but isn't she in her mid to late 30s?
Okay, let's take that thought for a minute because you just triggered submarine.
That
she loses to Athena. Okay, she gives up the TBS title. That's a secondary title there. Remember that. That's not the main title.
Right.
Tony Stormhart's title. So all this that's happening now is just going to transfer over to there. And she's going to go after the main title now. Now she's going to start beat. All these women she's beating are losing all their credibility quickly. I mean, they're lining them up and she's shooting faster than the friggin' thing at the fair.
So
it's just going to transfer right over to Tony Storm, and she's going to get that belt, and the whole thing's going to take place all again.
How to kill an entire division with one signing by Mercedes Mone. Jeez.
Well, I mean,
Christ. You're not wrong though, like because that'll be how they get the TBS or the TBS title off of her and do it so that she can go for the main title and she can make herself look good. No, as you were saying it, I wanted you to be wrong. I want just because you're dead ass right, and it's gonna happen. And who wants to watch that?
That's a secondary title she's holding, and that's not going to sit with her very long.
By then is maybe Tony Storm's contract up, and she can, because I feel like she would be able to go back to WWE. She didn't leave Triple H and the current management. She left Vince, and it's crazy. I'm going to throw a pie in your face booking. And that was understandable. I feel like she could go back and reel herself over and wrestle with good women who actually have talent and know what they're doing. Oh God,
well,
that's going to happen. You're totally because it'll happen so that by like whatever their next big show is in the fall or winter or whatever, Mercedes will win the women's title and have that for as long as she wants it because she's got creative control of.
Well, I really don't know. Like, I just don't care about. I don't care about Mercedes anymore. She's almost a dead horse that everyone's beaten.
No, that's Aubrey. Oh, my bad. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, that's terrible.
That was, but that's who I am.
But I'm gonna do a little throwback here to the earlier days of AEW, and remind people of one of Athena's not exactly brightest moments, but she sandbagged the shit out of Jody Threat, beat the shit out of her on Dark Evolution.
I remember seeing
that. Ever since then, I really don't care about. I don't really care for Athena because she was apparently frustrated with her position in the company at the time, or how she was being utilized. Because, again, that's Tony problem. He signed her and then.
Well, I mean, he promises them the world when he's signing into those contracts. He doesn't put it into the contract specifically unless you're Mercedes, but he's promising them the world and all the title shots they can get their hands on and everything. Oh, you'll see with this person. It'll be great.
But don't take it out on a fucking jobber on a YouTube show, for fuck's sakes. Like, and again, like, I don't mean to be that guy, but like, I'm just like, I don't feel bad. I won't feel bad for Athena either. Like, then she had the dumb, excuse afterwards of like, oh, they just don't like watching women work stiff. It's like, no, you were fucking sandbagging her. That's not, laying in your shit,
No, that's going into business for yourself.
I can't stand either of them. I'm just gonna be honest.
How long did Jade hold the title in AEW for? How long was that run?
Does anybody remember? Night?
No, I'm being serious because
I know.
That's why I don't think Mercedes might lose until that record's broken.
Yeah, I didn't think of that at all, but you might be right. That's a
Just
good.
popping into
No,
my
that's
head.
that's a good question.
I don't know.
Anybody?
I'm trying to look it up. But I did look up. Athena's 36, so I was right. She's in her mid 30s. So, but how long did she? 508 days according to Google.
And how long does Mercedes hold it now? How long has she had it now?
I don't know. No, yeah.
It hasn't been a year.
No way it hasn't.
They're gonna go with that then.
Well, I mean, they could, but I mean, it's also like how long you held the mid-card title isn't as important as winning the main belt.
But Jade holds a record in a company that she no longer works for.
Well,
it's true. In a company that and a company that it's 300 days for Monet.
Okay, they're gonna go with that.
I bet they go with it. You might be right.
I changed my mind.
You changed your mind. No, but that's you're using the facts that are put in front of you. I like that. There's another issue that I have with the IWC, and that's again why we started this channel. And please go give youtube.com/@AltJakeTakesOn. Please subscribe. We're like 2 away from 100 subscribers. We are growing fast, but it's one of the problems with
that's professional plugging.
I tried. I had a moment and I tried to give it a shot, but like I don't know. It's just the IWC is always looking. They can't change their minds. Like when they stick to their mindset, they won't change it. It's like this is what it is, no matter what. And you just right there took the facts in front of you and went, maybe that isn't what I was thinking, Or that's one of my favorite things of when I'm on PWT with Phil is we can change each other's mind or be like, oh, I didn't think about that part. Or if you when the different facts are presented to you, you're willing to grow and change and not back this one company because 5 years ago you hated WWE and you put all your chips into this basket and all your chips are falling right through because it's a shitty basket.
Hey Chris, you had something to ask. I'm just wondering.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, when do you start worrying like, okay, she's gonna beat Athena, then later on the fall she's gonna beat Toni Storm. I bet next year we might get, hey, you know what? She's going to beat a guy in a mixed max tag team because whatever she wants, she gets. Like, Toni does not say no to her. I've even heard that they're trying to get Ronda Rousey in AEW, and I would love to be the fly on the wall when they match those two up. It's like, okay, Toni, who jobs to who? Because Mercedes is going to go, F no. And how is Toni going to walk up to Ronda and go, yeah, Ronda, you need to lose Mercedes Mone? Yeah.
Yeah, I would see that, and I feel like Mercedes probably has it more in her contract. I would see her beating Ronda Rousey sooner than I would see her beating a guy. But that's just mostly because I don't think TNT would want that on their television. Now, whatever they can do on pay-per-view, because I don't know about Max or Amazon, that could be different. But I would think if Ronda was brought in, Toni would just give her a dump truck full of money, and like she would know she's going to job to Mercedes, but she would do it for the dump truck full of money. But again, I don't think beyond that, what would they do after that? That's the other problem with Toni. He books things into one match or one scene or one spot, and then what did he do after that? Oh, I don't know. We didn't think about that. Like I always think of Hangman's title win. Like that was one of the only times they actually did long-term storytelling. It wasn't great, but they did it where it's drinking and coming around, and then he wins the title from Kenny Omega at the time was probably the best moment they had as a company. And then what the fuck did they do with that until he lost it to Punk? There was nothing. Or like Wardlow when they had him beat MJF, like that was a great moment for him. Get him over, move him to the next level, or have him wrestle 10, 20 security guards.
I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, God, right? He's the one. And now that Ray Phoenix has been released, we're just the one guy like my still sinking ship. He's the guy.
I'd like to know I'd love to know the behind-the-scenes story of Wardlow. I really would.
Oh, well, I feel like from the story that I remember seeing in a couple of interviews with him when he was allowed to, be in public, the story of like his dad either died when he was young or left him. It was basically like him and his mom and his sister, I think. And like they grew up really poor and he had to put a lot of wind. So when he got his first contract, like I think he probably signed for longer than he should have because he was looking at that money of being able to take care of his family, which is a great thing. But he's probably got worded into his contract that, Toni can let him sit there and not have to worry about it. He has to be quiet. And one day he'll get out, maybe. I don't know. I'd love to see him at NXT, though, just coming in and wreck shop. I mean, give me Wardlow versus Obafemi. Just, give me sign me up for all that all day long, please.
You know what's weird on my TV I just saw? I just saw the advertisement for DePaul's reality series on Max, followed by an advertisement for AEW on Max.
The only clip that
Back
I've
to back.
seen of that show that I
Wow.
saw one commercial
Interesting.
and it had Liv Morgan in it. I'm like, it was Logan Paul and the Paul's on Max with guest Liv Morgan. It's like, Jesus, they're getting better promotion for WWE on Max than AEW is. It's just sad.
That just happened. That's weird.
Although,
Any open topics from the crowd?
yeah, by any
Anybody?
means, if anybody wants to speak, just ask. I can allow it in. By all means, this is an open forum. That's what this is for. We're trying to also grow the YouTube channel, but we're here just to kind of talk and have fun.
I actually have wanted to mention something. I wanted to ask something
Please.
to the people. But how are you feeling about this NXT and TNA partnership? Because it seems to be cooking. I mean, they just had. Cora Jade's was relatively on the tear before lost at Sacrifice, and then they had Lash and Jakara and JC
JC
and
Dolan,
JC Dolan and Tatum Paxley on.